Tuning in to Chaos Culture Radio, dropping knowledge in the studio you already know.
Thank you for tuning in to Chaos Culture Radio.
Oh man, it's time again, man. I'm out here
time.
taking it down, man. And you like, we'll thank you again. Turn on the Chaos Culture Radio. Oh, crap.
Yeah, man. I'm
My
here
bad,
doing the
man.
intro.
My bad.
You falling
Yeah,
back.
man.
You know what I'm saying?
Be back at it once again, folks. Once again. My apologies, man. I just dozed off for a minute.
Once again, back again.
Yes. That's Prince
Yeah.
Hakeem. This is your man, Ronnie Ron Mustang. Hakeem, what's happening? What's going on?
Man, I'm living. I'm feeling good. You know what I mean? Just trying to do my thing.
Yeah, man. I know you always on the move, man. I be trying to call you. Your phone's always busy.
You already know. You know, man. You know, I'm out here trying to get it how I live and trying to win. That's all we know.
I feel you. I know you probably have people blowing up your phone. Oh, I should have kept that to myself. Hey, I'm not talking about women, guys. I'm talking about businesses. You doing business deals and stuff like that.
No, definitely.
You know, so don't be like, oh, how many girls you got? You gotta ask him for that. You know what I'm saying?
Basically, and like I said before, if he said he's joking, he doesn't mean I got so many women he was asking. It's satire. Women understand what the word means. Satire. It means joke.
No, but Hakeem, you know, it's just been a crazy week. I don't know if you heard or you probably saw or you probably read about the Kirk Franklin incident.
I have. I actually listened to some of the audio.
Yeah. And don't that kind of bring a question in your mind? Is their agenda to make black men weak?
I believe, you want to know something? Analyzing that Kirk Franklin situation and looking at different parts of society now, I can honestly agree that, yeah, there is an agenda to make men weak. Not only weak, but it feminized them as well.
Correct. And it's very insulting. I'm not gonna lie. Kirk Franklin was a total beta.
Yeah, 100%.
Because according to TMZ reports, they were saying how Kirk Franklin, after he cursed his son out, he went back online to apologize. I'm like, why are you gonna apologize for chastising your own son?
Basically,
that's your son.
You man, stand on your word.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So I think it is an agenda to make man weak, especially the black man. You saw he was just weak and he apologizing, and I'm like, bro, especially for him for saying he's a man of God, you supposed to stand on your own words. So if you say something, you supposed to say, yeah, I cursed my son out. So what? It don't have nothing to do with the social media or you guys at all. It's between me and my son.
Facts. I think it's very unfortunate, you know what I mean, when I see stuff like that. But there was a couple questions I wanted to ask to explain why there's an agenda of weak men and why do we get these little instances where somebody can feel so compelled to record their daddy and upload it on the internet.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say? Because it wasn't Kirk Franklin who did it was the son.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Hakeem, it doesn't make any sense. And not only that, the level of his son to do that to his own father.
Yeah.
Like, I won't even do that to my own dad. You won't do that to your own father.
Me either. But then we also got to understand, like, we don't do the backstory, the history. I say, why does the son don't respect the daddy? You know what I mean?
They say according to Kirk Franklin, after he spoke, he was saying how they was going to family counseling. You know, him and his son been very distant ever since him and his mother separated. So the son always look at him with discontempt.
Oh yeah, 100%. You supposed to be this Christian. You supposed to be this high mighty Christian pastor, and you couldn't even maintain a relationship with my mother.
Preach.
You know what I'm trying to say? You know what I mean? How old was he when Kirk Franklin left?
Good point.
Did he come around like he was when he lived in the house?
Good point.
You know what I'm trying to say? Or another thing is this: is he financially helping the son?
Good point. Those are stuff we don't know because those are stuff that's kept private. But since what his son did was totally treason, because now you got people involved with now you guys' relationship.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Son and father, which it had nothing to do with the public at all.
No.
But that's the problem with this age of social media. Anything you do, anything the black man does that's wrong, we automatically throw a stone at him. Automatically condemns him. So my point of view, I think it is an agenda because that's the reason why they're trying to make black men, especially men in general, weak. They don't know what they're doing. They don't have no ownership. They don't have no leadership. Look, they can't even control their own son.
100%. For the love
So
of
my
Christ.
thing, Hakeem, if you was in that situation, how would you dealt with the situation?
I would have did damage control. I would have had a PR, wrote a nice little tweet in an Instagram post, politely saying that, hey, you know what I mean, what you heard was something you wasn't supposed to hear, you know what I mean, and then explain the ramifications. And if I got to start beating up some butt, then I start beating up some butt.
Period. I agree. I'm glad. I don't know why he put his hands on him. I would have put my hands on him.
Man.
And there's nothing they could do. And I would have told the cop and put my hands on him. You can arrest me later. But but it's just surprising how these pastors, especially these men, are allowing them kids to treat them this way.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's
because the same thing happened to Kurt Dollar too. People forgot about that. Kurt Dollar is the same thing.
No, and you're right about that. And they looking for that dude.
Yeah,
a lot of people are looking for that dude. And you know what I mean? We sit here and we sit here and we play games, and you know, when he come back like he's the new Messiah or something like that. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly. Not only that, but you talking about someone like Kurt Franklin, who, like you say, he is a pastor. So normally a pastor is supposed to be in the image of God. So literally, if you insult your dad, it's like you insulting God in some aspect.
I definitely understand where you're coming from.
You get what I'm saying? So, you know, because he's the representation of the God figure. So by his son doing that, it was like a total no. And I ain't gonna lie, I got upset at Kurt Franklin because I'm like, man, he should have never apologized. He didn't have no reason to apologize. So
no, you're right though. That was very much a beta move on his end. It just make black people look more soft than ever.
Man.
Like we cupcake. We can't even like stand next to you know what I'm saying?
You get what I'm saying?
No,
yeah.
It's all relative, and you know what I mean, it makes sense. Like even for me. You know what I mean? When I feel like I want to get back in the game, I have to take certain stuff and move them around. You know what I mean? Birthday parties used to be fun. They used to be just you know what I mean? It just there's so many aspects of it, and this is why these young men are growing up to be little hoes.
Like, you know you can't say that on the air. You said that on the air. No, but it's true. The reason why man is becoming more softer because of the whole aspect of the man. That's what they say. If you want to weaken the generation, attack the man first. You attack the man first, everything gonna fall in place. Everything gonna go automatically go disorganized. So, especially the Kurt Franklin image, it should be a awakening sign for man to wake up and to be like, you know what? We kind of lost our way as men. We're not disciplining our son to the point our son now publicly disrespecting us and bringing our image down. Because at the end of the day, people might like, oh, you know, it was just Kurt Franklin and his son. No, because now a lot of people now are disrespecting Kurt Franklin now to the utmost level because they're like, oh, why do you have to curse? He's a man of God. A man of God shouldn't be cursing. A man of God shouldn't be doing this. A man of God shouldn't be doing that. A man of God doing this. And you know, that's why I'm saying I feel so bad for Kurt Franklin at this moment because I'm like, you know, if he was there in his son's life, this wouldn't even occur. Don't you kind of agree with that, Hakeem?
Man, I agree with you 100% with that, man. I was just sitting back collecting my thoughts and I was like, man, like where did we come from, man? Like how did we get here? You know what I mean? How did we lose so much so fast?
I know. Yeah. So I'm like, so what at the end of the day, Hakeem, what is the total agenda? So I know people are asking themselves like, okay, you guys are talking about the Kurt Franklin incident. The only reason why we're talking about it is because we just use that as a prime example that there is an agenda. So Hakeem, what's the ultimate agenda they're trying to do?
You mean the women or on the men's side?
And the men's side.
Oh, we trying to have sex. Lots of it. You know what I mean? And women, if you were smart, you would just give in to the nice guy instead of making a nice guy work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like all women, I would want for them to have a you know what I mean, somebody there to show them what it's all about. Other than that, we need you to stay over with where F you at.
So that's your total. That's your like total agenda.
Yeah.
Is to have more sex and the
yeah, basically.
And let women give you more control of the kids.
Yeah, basically. Listen, we don't get married for feelings.
No, we get married for cooperation and not only that, for and the nourishment from a woman. Good point.
Yeah, definitely. But you know what I mean? All this is based on context, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? And we have to like look at the information for what it's worth.
But my question is to you, I want to ask you too.
Yeah.
Will black man ever become strong again? Or will man become strong again? because like man is getting weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker by the day.
Not as a whole, but maybe an individual.
But it's like it's starting to become a whole.
You mean with the location?
Yeah.
You want to know something? All we can do is just be optimistic and hope we roll the dice and we get some. That's all really it. You feel me?
So that's like your ultimate. That's like your ultimate, because you know people listen to like you, so you like now when they say, is he serious or is he joking around?
I'm dead serious.
You guys, you saying that with a smile.
play with it if you want to.
So you just say man should just come back to a way man used to be back then in the 1950s and 1960s. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't waste our time with people who ain't gonna do nothing. The messed up thing is we want to see where people head at and have them, you know, live in the pearl with you. Have you done that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Wow. So at the end of the day, it's like at the end of the day, man need to be more stronger and need to be more straightforward in what they want. And not only that, was also when it comes to the child, I think they really needed more discipline of the child. But the problem is, Hakeem, the black man is not at home. The man is not at home anymore.
You want to know something? And that's a bigger issue. There's so many layers to why the black men are not home. So many layers to it.
So these kids are coming. They're going wild. You know.
Yeah, they.
And I would say shout out to Jesse Peterson, because Jesse Peterson, he said something that educated me a little bit, because he was saying how most of the time the man is at home with the mom, so the man tend to get the mom's nature. So if something's bothering him, he spaz out just like the mom would. And I was like, wow, that had me thinking. I'm like, that's true, because most of the time the man is not there. The son is with the woman. So you can see, yeah, exactly. So you can see, even watching the video with Kurt Franklin and his son talking about Kurt Franklin, you can see how the son is upset at him. He's angry. He's upset. Kurt Franklin is upset because he don't know how to communicate to his son.
I can only imagine. You know what I mean?
So stuff like that would say it was an agenda. We know that to be true because it's on social media. So it's an agenda to make man look weak. But however, it was also a teachable moment, because it's showing you that how two parties are so upset at each other, they can't even communicate properly.
Basically, father and son.
The
prodigal son returns home.
Preach.
And he turns his prodigal son away.
Preach.
So it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking and heart-wrenching.
It is. So what are your closing thoughts about this?
My closing thought is, man, we just need to come together as men and start to build up the kids as men who, you know what I mean? Because we can't save the older men or the boys. They're done. So we have to save the baby.
Man, you be speaking facts, but you be like, they're done. People be like, man, you hurt people's feelings.
And that's my job. I'm here to hurt your feelings and you not to lighten.
True that. Preach on that. That's a fact. And then my closing remark is, I always tell people, man has to be man. Man has to learn how to be man once again. And that's one thing me and Hakeem trying to do, especially with this platform. And something that we're going to create. We're actually going to create a seminar where we teach man how to be man once again.
Oh, my God. I can't wait.
And that's going to be coming soon. A lot of people about like when it's going to happen. It's going to happen. When it happens, we're going to announce it. And it's going to be live on air so everybody can see and also sign up for it. You get what I'm saying? Because in exchange, we give you the wisdom. And in exchange, we expect something back in return. Definitely. That being said, KR Coastal Radio.
And we out.
Peace.
Man, I just appreciate y'all just listening. Stay tuned for the next episode.